What's up, guys? And we finally got it. We finally got the reveal trailer for the brand new Stalingrad DLC Zombies map. And I'm going to be just breaking a few things down for you guys around. And pretty much an in-depth breakdown of this trailer. Except for I'm not going to be showing the entire trailer because I don't want them copyright strikes. But let's do this anyway. So the first interesting thing that I do notice is these shutters that shut down or they shut up. So I'm assuming this is either when you turn the power on, they will start and shut down. So kind of lock down this building. Or they can shut up when you turn the power on. Or it could be a trap. Who knows? But the next thing we get to see this zombie right here. First zombie of this reveal trailer. And it's got red eyes, which means that Samantha is no longer in charge. And it means that we've got the same controller of the zombies as we see inside of Mob of the Dead. As you guys know, yellow eyes mean that Samantha's in charge. Blue eyes mean that Rick Toffan's in charge. And we've had these red-eyed zombies once before in Mob of the Dead. And now we're getting them again in Stalingrad. The next thing I notice is this thing right here, which is like a Civil Protector 2.0. Kind of reminds me of the Brutus. And as you see on his hand, he does have a sickle, which is a Russian melee weapon. So that's going to be friggin' awesome. Now, I don't know if it's friendly or if it's an enemy that we've got to kill. Kind of makes me think it's friendly because they're walking all together, but maybe I am wrong. The next thing we get to see the quick revive machine. So we know there's no creepy afterlife mode like in Mob of the Dead on this map. It's simply just quick revive. You go down solo, you will get up normally, and you'll be all good to go. The next thing we get to see is an opening shot of this map, and it actually looks really, really big, and I cannot wait to get into this thing and have a look at the overall thing. But the next thing we get to see is this Origins robot laid down inside the image that we got leaked before off the PlayStation Network before this teaser trailer came out. We actually got to see two robots, one that was walking and one that is down. This is the one over the left-hand side of the map right here, which is completely down, and then we get to see the name of the new map, which I'm not even going to try and pronounce, so we'll just call it Stalingrad for now. The next thing we get to see is these characters walking along. They're actually running really, really fast, so you don't really get to see the weapons, but I can make sure that one of them is a Shiva, one of them is the Vesper, and the other one is the Drakon, so we're all good. The next thing that we get to see is a trap switch, and this is just an electrified fence. Now, we've had them all before. We've had them in Verrucht, we've had them in Der Ries, we've had them in the Giant, we've had them in Der Eisendrache. Simply, it just electrifies that doorway to that room. The next thing that we do get to see is the zombies look very, very similar to the same ones that we see in Mob of the Dead. Now, I know that I already told you guys about having the red eyes, but we also get to see the barbed wire on their body as well. So that's pretty darn cool that they're pretty much the same zombies as in Mob of the Dead. The next thing we get to see is an electrified zombie. Now, he looks completely different. He actually looks like a skeleton. The exact same kind of bone structure, that's funny for a skeleton. The same bone structure as the ones we see in Der Eisendrache when we do the skeleton Easter egg or just in the boss fight in general. So we do get to see those electrified. That's kind of weird. We then get to see Nikolai take a coagulant gobblegum. Now maybe this is just some kind of like hint to say that Nikolai's actually going to be going down and we have to take his soul inside of this map, and he's doing coagulant just because he wants a longer bleed out time, but we already know we've got to get his soul inside that summoning key. So sorry Nikolai, I don't think it's going to help you out too much. The next thing we get to see is an overall view of the dragon. Now, this dragon actually spits fire out pretty damn fast, but to me, it actually looks like this is some kind of trap. We know that the dragons are friendly because we know we can ride them. We've known we can ride them since Setsubo no Shima, but we also get to know we ride them later on in this trailer that I'm going to be showing you guys very, very soon. But it's nice to know that we can actually use the dragon, not just for transportation around the map, but we can also use it as some kind of trap to kill the zombies if needs be. So the weird thing that we get to see next is kind of like the wasps from Shadows of Evil, but they're completely mechanical. The weird thing is it looks like we've actually got turned on by these, because then we see one of the characters actually shooting it with an Argus, which is super weird considering that, oh wow, have you seen the shot as well? The mystery box has a green light. Now, this could just be coloration inside of the map. I know that Treyarch used different colorations and saturations during these trailers, but the mystery box light seems to be green right there. Even though there's a blue light next to it, it could just indicate that there's another thing that we actually have to go and use. Another thing that we can use that light for as well. The next thing we get to see is the new Dragon Shield. The Dragon Shield looks absolutely friggin' insane, and it spits out some kind of green fire. It kind of reminds me of the Reagan Mark II. I know that sounds weird, but that's what it looks like. So the next thing after that, we actually get to see a part of one of those flying robots that we used before. We can actually pick them up after we've killed them and hit zombies with them. They're going to be a nice little specialist weapon. Not 100% sure if that's the actual specialist weapon itself or if it's just some kind of thing that you can pick up after you kill those guys. Also, Wonder Fizz is returning. Yes, that's right. The Wonder Fizz will be returning inside of this map, as we can see right there, which is awesome. They're amazing for the Rainbow Perk Challenge runs. Super, super excited about that. We also get to see the Speed Cola machine machine in the top left corner of this image, which is super good as well. So we know that speed cola guaranteed on the map so far, and also quick revive. If we can look on here, we can see exactly what I was saying before with these electrified traps. This is an electrified trap to stop that doorway, so zombies cannot run inside of here, which makes it super, super good. We also get to see the Gorgon right there. Not too happy that that's going to be coming up, but we also get to see another trap that looks very, very similar to the flipper trap from Call of the Dead that we had on the ship, and it can fire you across the map and also fling the zombies across there as well. We then get to see the NX Shadow Claw, which I'm super hyped about. That was one of my favorite weapons that they actually added into multiplayer, so I'm super, super hyped about that as well. We get to see one of these orbital drops right here that look very, very similar to the ones that we used to get in Exo Zombies. Not a clue what this could be, but we can see by this image right here that this is the green light that I was actually talking about before. So that looks friggin' crazy. We also get to see right there 1 bullet of this brand new Ray Gun Mark III dual weapon, which looks absolutely friggin' insane. The Ray Gun Mark III, baby, is returning. We get to see an ammo drop right there as well, so we know we're getting max ammos. And there you go. The Ray Gun Mark IIIs are in the box. And also the PPSH, boys. The PPSH. So we have got a guaranteed PPSH. We've also got the Ray Gun Mark IIIs, and we've also got the ability to fly on the dragons as well. But there you go, guys. That is just my nice quick breakdown of the brand new Zombies trailer for Stalingrad. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will speak to you guys very, very soon. Thank you for watching, boys, and peace out.